Top 10 Villains in History. Number 10. Vlad the Impaler. The real-life inspiration for the character of Dracula, Vlad III was a medieval ruler of Wallachia, known for his cruelty and use of impalement as a form of punishment. Vlad III's father was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a Christian military order that was dedicated to fighting the Ottoman Empire, which was a major threat to the Kingdom of Eastern Europe at the time. It is from that order that Vlad III derived the name Dracula, which means son of the dragon in Romania. Number 9. Genghis Khan, the founder of the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan was a brilliant military strategist who conquered vast swaths of land and left a trail of destruction in his wake. The Khan, aka Temujin, was a Mongolian warrior and conqueror who founded the Mongol Empire in the early 13th century. He was born in 1162 into a noble family, but his early life was marked with hardship and struggle. Number 8. Caligula, the Roman emperor, infamous for his cruelty, depravity, and megalomania. He was known to have executed people on a whim, engaged in incest, and declared himself a god. Caligula was born in Antium on 31st of August 12 CE, the third of 6 surviving children born to Germanicus, a grandson of Mark Antony, and his second cousin, Agrippina the Elder, who was the daughter of Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa and Julia the Elder, making her the granddaughter of Augustus. He was also a nephew of Claudius, Germanicus' younger brother, and the future emperor. He had 2 older brothers, Nero and Drusus, and 3 younger sisters. Number 7. Ivan the Terrible, the first Tsar of Russia. Ivan IV was known for his brutal suppression of political opposition and his reputation for being mentally unstable. Ivan was the firstborn son of Vasil III and his second wife, Elena Galinskaya. Vasil's mother was an Eastern European princess and member of the Byzantine Pelagonian family. She was a daughter of Thomas Pelagonia, the younger brother of the last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI Pelagonius. Elena's mother was a Serbian princess, and her father's family, the Galinsky clan, nobles based in the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, claimed descendants from both Orthodox Hungarian nobles and the Mongolian ruler Miami, 1335 to 1380. Number 6. Queen Mary I, known as Bloody Mary, the daughter of Henry VIII, and his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, was responsible for the execution of hundreds of Protestants during her 5-year reign as Queen of England. Mary was the only child of Henry VIII by his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, to survive to adulthood. Her younger half-brother, Edward IV, successor to their father in 1547 at the age of 9, when Edward became terminally ill in 1553. He attempted to remove Mary from the line of succession because he supposed correctly that she would reverse the Protestant reform that had taken place during his reign. Upon his death, leading politicians proclaimed Lady Jane Grey as queen. Mary speedily assembled a force in East Anglia and deposed Jane, who was ultimately beheaded. Number 5. King John of England. Brother to King Richard the Lionheart, John was a nasty man. He was a self-indulgent king who was known to have betrayed not only his friends and family, but his country as well. During his reign from 1199 to 1216, he managed to nearly bankrupt the country. He was violent, malicious, greedy, and lecherous. He is known to have produced 12 illegitimate children and had their parents and relatives exiled. Anyone who threatened him or was his rival was killed or imprisoned. On his behalf, a campaign was waged on every Jew in England. They had all of their belongings stolen and were imprisoned and tortured. Taxes were increased, as he tried to squeeze every penny from his subjects. During his reign, he starved, blinded, tortured, hanged, and beheaded many thousands of people. By the time he had signed the Magna Carta, he had lost all but England in long battles. Luckily, he died in 1216 before he could launch a full-scale attack that may have lost England to France. Number 4. Nero, yet another deranged Roman emperor. It's hard to be worse than having your own mother executed and poisoned your stepbrother as well. Nero was born Lucius Domitius Enobarbus on 15th December 37 AD in Antium, modern Enzino. He was an only child, the son of the politician Gnaeus Domitius Enobarbus and Agrippa the Younger. His mother Agrippa was the sister of the third Roman emperor Caligula. Nero was the great-great-grandson of former Emperor Augustus. Descendants from Augustus' only daughter Julia. Number 3. Herod, the great king of Judah. Back in 37 BC, Herod is best known for the massacre of the innocents, wherein he ordered the killing of every boy in Bethlehem under the age of 2. He was known for his paranoia and for committing many atrocities. Anyone he distrusted and believed was a threat, he had killed. This included his in-laws, wife, uncle, and 3 of his sons. Number 2. Wu Zetan, the ruling empress of China. She ruled China from 6900 to 705 and is the only woman who ruled China in history. She was known for being cruel, sadistic, and ruthless. She was a murderess who ordered tortures and executions daily. All rivals were executed or exiled. Her family wasn't exempt from her murderous purges. She executed her nephews, a niece, and even her own newborn daughter. She even forced people to kill themselves, one of whom was her son. Over her rule, thousands of people were mutilated, strangled, poisoned, boiled alive, or burnt. She lived until she was 81. Number 1. Attila the Hun, the scourge of God and the leader of the Hunnic Empire. The Hunnic Empire stretched from the Ural River to the Baltic Sea and the Duban River. Attila ruled from 434 to 453. He was a barbarian who was ruthless, cruel, and bloodthirsty. His goal was to destroy the Roman Empire. He couldn't abide surrender or mercy and killed anyone in his way. Attila and his hordes believed that everyone was below them, and those lives didn't matter. He thought nothing of killing the entire population of a city, and he liked to have people tore limb from limb while he watched.